Hi everyone, my name is Annie Walters and I am doing our discussion reflection 4 on Chapter 2, Utilitarianism. Um, so our first question that we have is it morally justifiable to torture somebody? And if you watch the video, obviously the people who believe under Kant's views don't think that that's morally acceptable because they don't believe in abusing somebody or hurting someone or torturing somebody. And if you look at the utilitarianism view, they do believe that's okay because utilitarianisms want to maximize pleasure and minimize pain. So Bentham is kind of dealing with intensity over durability. So, obviously intensity is usually going to be shorter, and so got me thinking, well, an example would be I love Disney. So if I watch a Disney movie, the intensity that I have is probably going to be short. I might be super excited about it before I watch it and a little bit after I watch it. Versus actually going to Disney World, the durability for utilitarianism is going to be longer because you build up that excitement, you plan for your vacation, you're super excited, and it's going to last you years. You'll still be talking about it versus the intensity of watching one show that you really like. There's definitely a difference. And then if you look at Mill's view, he's trying to compare items. So I think his example in the book is comparing like watching a Simpsons comic, or watching wrestling. Well, obviously most people are going to be picking The Simpsons because they enjoy it, but whenever you looked at what would be more beneficial, some people said Shakespeare, and I know that that was another question that they offered, and so I got to thinking that you really nobody's going to agree on everything with Mill's view. You're not going to have every single person in the world agree or disagree on something. It's physically impossible for that to happen. And so Mill's view I don't really believe it works out that well. There's issues in that. Is it morally justifiable to torture somebody? Kant doesn't believe so, but utilitarians do. What if innocent lives are at stake? Of course, the utilitarianisms are going to want to torture somebody to save those lives because, they're wanting to maximize pleasure and minimize the pain. So obviously, people are going to be happier if we save lives. You're going to maximize pleasure that way versus, minimizing the pain. The pain would be torturing somebody. So obviously, that's going to be a little more short lived versus the duration, which is what Bentham talks about. And so, utilitarianisms definitely are for torturing if it is in order to save more people. Do all people have rights, even kidnappers and terrorists? I don't think so. When they hit that stage in their life, if you can morally prove that they have done something. If you're just saying that they have tortured someone and you don't have any proof, I still think they have rights because I think anybody has rights until you've proved that there is something that they have done that has been heinous or anything like that. Should they have a fair trial if they are deemed as terrorists or kidnappers? Probably, because I think that everybody should have an equal chance at everything. That's just the way that I think. But should they be treated with respect and dignity? I would have a very hard time treating them, especially if they wronged myself or my family or anybody that I knew. I would have a very hard time respecting them or giving them any sort of dignity with the things that I knew that they had done. So I think it really kind of depends on what kind of facts you have on somebody. If you actually know that they did it and you have proof versus you're just hearing something, I think that really makes it makes a difference to me. So that is my reflection for discussion chapter for utilitarianism.